do it, I'm down,
Yeah.
and so that tells me, you know, I'm still headed in the right direction, even after 4 weeks of being a little bit more, flexible.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And that's really like, that's the goal is like to set a body up to make it easier to lose weight and harder to gain it, which is just nuts.
Yeah.
And I think that that's like the most one of the more freeing things. Like I think that one thing I love about what we do is that it's almost like it takes the most concentration and education and consistency really at the beginning to kind of like set your body up to get clear on what you're doing, as well as having carb feasts. It's like indulgence absolutely happens, but it's like the beginning matters most. And that's when we tend to have the most motivation. We feel the most kind of committed. And so it's like, I just love that it's like you literally invest in yourself, like in every way. And then it's like, and then you just keep kind of reaping the rewards. So anyway, I love hearing that. And I feel like that's like, to me, that's just yay, like I'm such a superstar. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm so smart. It's like, look at you, like with this body that's not as a result of like depriving yourself or doing something that feels like self-harm, whether that's like I can never have pleasure or I go without and I'm hungry.
And also the approach to exercise too, as it's funny because the two of us being high school athletes, I think so much of your mentality about exercise gets programmed in those early years. And swimmers specifically, like, I am not working out unless I'm logging like miles and miles in the pool and also hitting the gym and also doing and so I've always taken that. Whereas, so my strategy for weight loss in the past has always been like, well, okay, now I have to do something extreme. So I'll train for an Ironman. And, I lost a ton of weight and did a half Ironman, but like, I don't have the time for that anymore with my life. And like, so even other people like, oh, well, you should get into hit classes, which, okay, that sounds fine. And I've tried to do that. Inevitably, I end up injuring something like within
Mm.
3 weeks. And then that new thing. And so anyway, your approach with fitness was also so manageable. You were like, just walk, like walk. And so very early on, I would walk outside, I would walk the dogs, I would do that. And then very early on, I got the walking pad and I've always had a treadmill, and it'd be like, unless I'm doing intervals on the treadmill and I'm in a full sweat and like dripping, it was not worthwhile. Instead, I got the walking pad and I would walk like an hour and a half, 3 miles. That was what I would walk 3 miles slowly because I would do it while I was working because that was the only way to squeeze it in.
Yep.
Um, and that's so, man, like everybody can find time, most people can find time to walk. And the even the walking pad was not an exorbitant amount, like it was a couple $100 off
Yep.
Amazon. I threw it in my office, and so it wasn't this huge undertaking.